are for peace. We are veterans for peace. We have been to war, and we say no more war. We have seen it. No more war. No more war. No war with Russia. No war near Ukraine. No more war. I looked at some of the formations of how war started in the First World War. Do you all remember? It was agreement after agreement after agreement, and countries fell. And 40 million people died in the First World War because there were these types of agreements that we still have with NATO. With NATO, tell NATO no. We are going to come out. No NATO. What were we shouting earlier? No NATO, no war. No NATO, no war. No NATO, no war. We will not be pulled into another war. We need to take care of people medically. We need to give social services to people. We need to improve our educational system. And we at Veterans for Peace are saying no more war, so join us.
For housing, not for war. Bring the troops home. For housing, not for war. Bring the troops home.
A lot of people think, it's a small thing, this aggression against Russia, using Ukraine. But it's more than that, and you know it. Part of the reason why you're here. This is the U.S. capitalist ruling class and the Pentagon gearing up for World War III. And after Russia, you know where they're going. It's China. And they'll destroy the planet in carnage if they're not stopped. You know what they do? They turn to fascism, and then they turn to imperialist war. We don't want this crisis of capitalism turned into fascism or war. We want it turned into the end of capitalism. So, marching orders, time to go to the working class. Thank you.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. NATO has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. NATO has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. NATO has got to go.
War with Russia is a really big deal. We grew up in fear of nuclear war. And now they are casually risking it for no other reason than to pump up the assets, the bank account, the stock prices of oil companies and military companies. Russia is no threat to anyone. China is no threat. Syria is no threat. Venezuela is certainly not a threat. They are fighting for these countries that simply want to be free of U.S. corporate power. And we support all those around the world that are fighting against U.S. corporate power. And we want to fight against U.S. corporate power here. We want to bring all the war dollars home. For years, the U.S. has forced the world to accept payment in dollars for everything. This is what they want to break. It's about keeping U.S. corporations at the center of the world economy, which is an obsolete and unsustainable position. It's not. Economic growth in other countries is not bad for working class here. We need, if that money that was spent on war was spent for people here, we could solve all our problems.
Not war. Housing, healthcare, not war.
The Biden administration will tell you that we are going to protect Ukraine because democracy is important and Russia is threatening democracy in the Ukraine. And we know that that is not the reason why we are the U.S. government, not we, is getting involved in this. And what we say in Rise and Resist is, what about democracy at home? Biden wants to look strong, but this is not what looking strong is. If you want to look strong, get voting rights passed in this country. If you want to look strong, get gun control laws passed in this country. If you want to look strong, instead of threatening war, to get Build Back Better passed. Every dollar that goes to the military is a dollar that could go to housing, a dollar that could go to minimum income, a dollar that could go to schools. So when we say that we want Biden to be strong, that's where we see strength.
Look within, take care of yourself and heal and try